Welcome, peace and blessings. This is Eric Wright, spiritual name Sandu Allah Kushite, bringing you greetings from Tabernacle. This is satisfying the soul. Today's topic, we want to deal with something that everybody feels or goes through from time to time. One is disappointment, and the other is despair. Now, I wanted to talk about these two topics because these are things that could make or break us, whether it is physically, emotionally, spiritually. It has the tendency to affect our health, and it has the tendency to affect our mental state and well-being. But we need to know the difference in between these two and what we can do to fight against them when we actually see them. Now, one is a very human trait. It's normal. It's actually healthy to go through, and you should recognize that and be able to take from that and grow. And the other is self-destructive. Start with the first of disappointment. We all feel disappointment when certain things doesn't reach the timeline that we have plotted out for ourselves, when we put specific trust or hopes in people or organizations and they tend to let us down or not do the thing you think that is expected. Expectations, having expectations of certain things, or where you want to be in life or where you're headed, and also delays. These are healthy emotions. These are healthy things that we should recognize and learn from. When we have delays in our timeline, it only tells us that we need to adjust our focus, because if there's a delay, there's something more that we could focus on or focus towards. This is very healthy in dealing with timeline delays, dealing with disappointment with people. We have to learn to trust ourselves. We can start by making small, short-term goals for ourselves, the low-hanging fruit, and start accomplishing those. Whether it's just waking up every morning and making the bed and brushing your teeth, you start the day off positive and already accomplished. Trust yourself when dealing with disappointment in people, and you won't find yourself falling into despair. Also with expectations. Expectations or failed expectations only teaches us a lesson of growth. Whether it's personal or physical, we have to ask ourselves, knowing what we know now, would we do the same thing? And would that outcome would be different? If so, we can deal with disappointment and expectations because we see we've grown from that. And the next time we attempt, we will be that much better. Delays and disappointments. Now, this happens a lot, but there's an age-old saying that delayed does not mean denied. It is not a denial. It just means that it may take a little longer, and it also may take you to adjust. And those are things that we have a very hard time accepting. So dealing with delays, know that it's not the end. It doesn't mean the end. It doesn't mean you're denied. That means that to attain whatever goal that you're seeking, it's going to take more effort and adjustment on your part. These are all healthy and normal emotions and feelings that we go through and should not feel down, hurt, or fall into despair. Let's talk about despair. I stated that it was a self-destructive attribute that we add on to our lives. Despair is giving up. is falling into depression. It is the loss of appetite and a loss of want. It is the self-medicating to alleviate the pain that you currently feel, to make you feel numb, or to allow you a brief moment of getaway. These are all unhealthy traits because they only mask the bigger problem. It only puts you in a situation to where you pause everything but have to deal with it 10 times fold at a later date. And this causes great depression on many people. And when anyone is depressed or feeling down, most people do not like to eat or nourish their bodies. Some people overeat and put their body into a situation where it's unhealthy. But when we're feeling despair, there are ways that we can fight against it. There are ways that we can work to make ourselves better. When we're feeling like giving up, we have to reflect on what are we giving up and how important is that goal that we're throwing away. Also, we have to fool ourselves to the finish line. Our mind is a very powerful thing. And if you constantly give your mind the ability to know that this is the goal and this is something that I'm not giving up on, then your mind would start develop ways to accomplish that goal. And that is fooling yourself to the finish line. When you fall into depression, and many of us do, we have to open our heart to new possibilities. Maybe we can do that through meditation, maybe prayer, maybe seeking others that's conquered what you're currently facing. But we have to be open to new possibilities, to know that all of the delays that you face, all of the timeline lapses that you face, and it has you feeling like giving up in despair, that is depression. And we have to open our hearts to new possibilities to know that this is not the end. Loss of appetite. I suggest that make a meal. Not buy a meal. Actually prepare it yourself. It's something about preparing food or touching food or cooking it and giving it to your family, your friends, and making a plate for yourself. That gives us great confidence to show that, one, that we're able to complete something. Two, also it gives us nourishment. For another practice, I would say plant a seed. Nourish a plant. That visualization of seeing a plant grow when you feed it water and you give it sun, that sends a message to your mind, whether conscious or subconsciously, that you must do the same with your body. As like the plant cannot live without water or sunlight, you cannot live without food and nourishment. To self-medicating, and many people do this when they find themselves in despair. I would say attach yourself to something bigger. Find something that you can give your time to and be present in today, because self-medication only pauses the now to give you a brief and momentary break from all the things that's going on in the world and with your life. But you need to be present. You can't be unattached, and you cannot be numb to the things that are going on. If all people self-medicated continually, there would be no fight for justice. There would be no fight for ingenuity. There would be no love. There would be no beauty in the struggle. So please be present. Like I said, these are all things that we feel as being human, and all of us are human. Despite our superhuman ability to press forward, to conjure all kinds of events, we are still very much human. And feeling disappointment is very normal, but is also healthy. Feeling despair is something that we feel when continued disappointment happen. And if we stay in that place, we have to know that it's more self-destructive than constructive. This is Eric Wright, spiritual name Sandu Allah Kushait. I will leave you with Kosi Kinda, Kosi Arun, Kosi Joe, Kosi Bay, Kosi Nene, Kosi Wahala, Kosi Opala. As we say Ashe, Asheu, we wish no harm on you. We wish you to be healthy as possible. We wish no police or no hard times or no financial woes. We wish no jail time on you. We wish all positive things. And with that being said, please be the light that you want to see in this darkness. Asadu Allah, signing out. Peace be upon you.